Hi, second year students, how are you? So in today's lesson, we're going to look at adjectives and prepositions, okay? And we're going to do some listening comprehension on the topic of tourism, okay? And then I'm going to ask you to listen a second time for some vocabulary, okay? So some adjectives and prepositions, okay? Okay, so first I want you to look at the pictures, okay? And I want you to talk to your partner, answering the question, how do you think they are connected? Okay, and if you're on your own, then just think about that and write down some key words. Okay, so what do you see in the pictures? Okay. Okay, so what those four pictures have in common is that they are all linked to types of tourism. Okay, so the first task today is I want you to listen to me talking about four types of tourism, okay? And I want you to write down on a piece of paper these four types of tourism that I talk about, okay? Are you ready? Okay, so, well, one type of tourism that is very popular is beach tourism, okay? So if you're fond of sun, sea, and sand, then you'll take a beach holiday, okay? And there are lots of places where you can do this. For example, in Europe, Spain is very popular, okay, or the south of France. And there are lots of other countries with beautiful beaches too. For example, I know that in Australia there are beautiful beaches. But if you go to Australia or the USA, California, somewhere like this, be careful of the sharks. Okay, so probably you're afraid of sharks. You know what I mean? Yeah, sharks. Okay, so be careful. Okay, and well, also, as I said, these holidays are very popular, but they're not really original. Okay, so if you're bored with beach holidays, then maybe you would like to try literary tourism. Okay, so literary tourism is the type of holiday for you if you're interested in historical and cultural places. Okay, now what this is that it's related to literature. So these are places that are, for example, linked to an author of a classic novel, okay, or a character in a classic novel. Okay, so for example, in the picture of the castle, that was a castle in Romania called um, Castle of Bran, I think the name is. Okay, and that is linked to the story of Dracula. Okay, okay, so that could be a type of tourism that you would like. Also, another type of tourism is culinary tourism. Okay, so if you're good at cooking or you want to learn how to cook, then this is the type of tourism for you. Okay, so here you learn how to cook the typical food of a specific country. Okay, so for example, maybe you could go to Cuba, for example, and learn how to cook typical Cuban dishes. Okay, and finally, the fourth type of tourism today is disaster tourism. Okay, so for example, natural disasters like hurricanes. Do you remember Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans? Okay, so if you're worried about the situation in a specific country where there was a natural disaster and you want to help, then this could be the type of holiday for you. Okay, so did you get the four types of tourism? Okay, so the first one was beach tourism. Okay, the second was literary tourism. The third, culinary tourism. and the fourth was disaster tourism. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to ask you to do is we're going to first read these 6 sentences together. Okay. We're interested in adjectives and prepositions, right? Okay, so number 1 says you're interested historical and cultural places. Okay. Number 2, you're bored beach holidays. 3, you're worried the situation and you want to help. 4, if you're fond sun, sea and sand. 5, you're good cooking or you want to learn. And 6, you're probably afraid sharks. Okay, so I want you to do 2 things now. Okay, so I want you to rewind the video, okay, and listen to me again talking about these 4 types of tourism, okay, and I want you to say which types of tourism each of these sentences link to. For example, is sentence 1 linked to beach tourism or another type of tourism? Which type of tourism? Okay, the same for each one. Okay, and the second thing I want you to do is complete the sentences with the correct prepositions about, at, in, of, with. So we have of twice. Okay, so rewind the video and do that task. Okay, how did you do? So the first one, number 1, you're interested in, okay, in historical and cultural places. Okay, and that was, do you remember? So that was the literary tourism. Okay, number 2, you're bored with, okay, bored with, okay, beach holidays, and that was clearly beach tourism. Okay, 3, you're worried about, okay, worried about, you're worried about the situation and you want to help. That was disaster tourism. Okay, 4, if you're fond of, yeah, you're fond of sun, sea and sand, okay, then which type of tourism? That's beach tourism again. Okay, 5, you're good at, okay, so you're good at cooking. So we say we're good at something. We're good at something or bad at something, right? Are you good at cooking or are you bad at cooking? Okay, you're good at cooking or you want to learn. That was culinary tourism. And 6, you're probably afraid of. Yeah. So we say be afraid of something or someone. Okay, you're probably afraid of sharks. Okay. Okay, students, so now it's your turn. So I'm going to leave some questions for you in the description of this video. So things like, I'd really like to know which type of tourism you would like to try, and or even which type of tourism you would like to work in, okay? And I'll write some other questions too, okay? And I'll see you next time for the next lesson, okay? See you.